I was going to buy. Because this track in a room features acoustic guitars, vocals and percussion.
A bit more so we can see better on YouTube. The lights on YouTube. So let's just throw bricks in it. This brick. Just so you know, before I start, I am not trying to destroy the toy washer with this. I'm just doing this make-believe. YouTube, thank you. Try this at home.
Ceiling, panels on that wall, panels on that wall, panels on the front wall. On this side, you can't see. Now, when you say ceiling, I mean the whole room is thinking, not the whole room is because by acoustic only specify fairly small bass traps in that corner behind you, front left corner, and another sort of tower of three in the right lots and lots and lots of bass traps. Far more than I'm prepared to live with. I did try it a little bit with some stuff from GIK a couple of years ago. I had about 80 of them and I hated having them in here. So you might quite legitimately be thinking, well, what the hell have I do this and percussion, among many other things. But these panels don't just even out the frequency response of the room. They also treat its time domain performance. Really, like what happens to the sounds once they come out of the speakers. So we've all heard a live room, right? You've all heard a live room where the sound comes out of the speakers and it sort of snookers around the room. So it hits the walls and then the ceiling and then arrives at your ear late. And so what you end up hearing is a combination of the direct sound from the loudspeakers and the reflected sound that's sort of bouncing around the room. That is therefore the live room. It's called live because there's lots of reverberation. Like a small amount of it is a problem. So for example, if a room has a 1 second reverb at a certain set of frequencies, what that means is when that certain set of frequencies comes out of the loudspeakers, you'll hear that direct sound from the loudspeaker, but then you'll also hear the reflected sound 1 second later. So as music's kind of constantly playing, you're always hearing the direct sound from the speaker and then the 1 second delayed, reflected, distorted sound. Right, and this is how your room can mess with the sound of percussion, vocals, and acoustic guitars. And when that reflected sound, that delayed reflected sound, combines with the direct sound at the listening position, we get something called a tone filter, where some frequencies are essentially low and late arriving reflections, reverb. Reflected sound, but it still makes it harder to listen to. Think about when you're trying to talk to somebody at a swimming pool, an indoor swimming pool, right? And you're trying to shout across the other side of the pool to them. And think about how much harder it is and how much harder your brain has to work to understand what they're saying. That's really, that's the ultimate live room, isn't it? The indoor swimming pool, because it's super reflective. And no listening room is really like that, although I had one that was pretty close in Australia for a while. But generally, I mean, those, I don't know how, I mean, a swimming pool that would have a a multi-second reverberation.
You
Right?
can see
If
the
you want to know
lights
more about this in a more sort of
going
technical,
through this
yeah, I guess from a
material.
guy who knows more about this from a technical perspective, you need to check out my interview with professional acoustician Jesko Lohan. He lives in Berlin, and we did a video interview actually 3 years ago this week. And it's a fascinating look at room acoustics. I'll put a link in the description box below.
This is a short ride, so probably a one spin. I don't even want to try because I can't try this big spin on it, and I don't want to wear the flashlight. One time I can't stand it alone like that. What we throw it in there.
Even with the mid-range and the highs, when we have a high reverb time in our room, it can make voices sound a bit hollow. It can introduce a ring to the room, so if you kind of have a percussive snap, you can sometimes hear the tail end of it sort of zing in the room. And it can also make the phantom center that the speakers draw between the speakers, it can make the definition of that image somewhat diffuse. But what if we have no reverb in our room? So basically no reflecting sound to interfere with what we're hearing at the listening table. I mean, there we would only hear the direct sound from the loudspeakers. That sounds pretty ideal, right? Because it's what's called a dry room, right? Like it would be ultimately dry. A reverb time of 0, right? No reflected sound would be super dry, and just the sound of the loudspeakers. Perfect, right? Well, not quite, because some amount of reverb gives music, subjectively speaking, a certain amount of life and a certain enjoyment factor that we wouldn't have if we just had the direct sound from the loudspeakers. So therefore we have to ask ourselves, what is the exact sort of goal that we want to have, and how much is too high and how much is too little? Yesterday, our phone Jesko Lohan I really appreciate that about him, actually. He's always happy to answer my, I guess for him, must be fairly dumb questions. He told me that even the best recording studios, fully treated rooms, even the best recording studios in the world will have a sort of a reverb time of around 0.1 seconds, maybe just a bit above that. No room can physically possibly have a reverb time of 0. So having no reverb is pretty much impossible. Jesko also told me that a reverb time of, say, more than 0.6 seconds, so 600 milliseconds, that's when you begin to hear it, so 700, 800, you really begin to notice it, and you hear it when you were listening to loudspeakers in that room. So Jesko said the ideal amount is roughly between 200 milliseconds and 500 milliseconds. And this is the research that I did myself on YouTube. And 300 milliseconds, sometimes a little bit more, maybe 400. Measures a range of frequencies, right? Usually from around 200 hertz, so where the sort of mid-range starts, to 2 kilohertz. So there's a big they said, and actually I should really read this to you, they said that the average RT60 for with what Jesper Lohan tells me, a professional acoustician. So it all seems to point to really having a reverb time in RT60 of between 200 and let's say 500 or 600.